and then you'll come in my fucking bubble, and I'll just tear you the fuck apart.
Alrighty.
You know what I mean?
We're so live.
Oh my
okay.
goodness, I'm cussing. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, just a little side.
Just
convo.
a little side conversation.
Yo, what's going on? Utah Cannabis Church is live again.
What episode are we on?
I don't know. I think this is the
Sixth, fifth, sixth. All right, sixth. Yeah. So, anyways, all right. So, first 2 likes that we get right away, we'll get a bottle of Healing of the Nation CBD, and you're gonna have to give me your address, and I'll send it to you.
First 2 likes.
Go. First 2 likes.
First 2 likes.
First 2 likes get 1 bottle of Healing of the Nation CBD. So
Second.
The 10th like. This is your 10th like.
Oh yeah, 10th like gets a beautiful box.
oh my
What?
gosh, dude, we're giving away stuff already.
Okay, let's see if we get any
Dang.
likes.
That's crazy. I gotta set up my my live feed. I'll do that.
Oh. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we get any likes. Spencer McCann like it, dude, already.
Oh,
Did he?
Let's
Spencer's
see.
the
Let's see
man.
if he's liking it.
Spencer McCann, the man.
He's got CBD coming then.
Let's
He's
see.
already.
inspiring me and Tyson to do dreadlocks
Yeah.
He wishes.
every other
So
day.
it was the first person on YouTube, not on your stream.
Oh, we're not live on YouTube. We posted after.
Oh, we posted after. Oh, okay. So it goes
So
from
April was the first like. So we're waiting for the second like. We have 5 people join. Come on, like it. Like it.
Share it.
Hi, Beth. Hi, April.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, Spencer. Like it, Spencer. Like it, dude.
Don't tell them. We already said it once. They gotta
Okay,
watch
okay.
it, dude. It laps over.
Oh, there's 3 likes now. Let's see.
You're like trying to give away things too fast. We gotta let them like join and do the thing.
Okay, so Spencer won. Dude, send us your address, dude.
Spencer won.
It's okay, Spencer. I have your address.
Low key though, don't put it out so everybody knows, man. Because you have people showing up to your door, they're gonna be like,
Yep.
dude, can I get a dropper of that stuff real quick?
Yeah, it's hot. Hot
Get a dropper
commodity.
of that stuff, dude. So hot topics today. What are we going to be talking about, guys? It's 4:19. You got a minute?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so it's 4:19. So we got to pack a bowl.
Pack a quickie.
I have some Mandarin cookies. Would you like some in your vaporizer? What do you got in your vaporizer?
I don't have anything in there yet.
Nothing.
I was going to put in some of this. Thanks, Spencer, for sharing it. I was going to put in some of the stuff from Trike.
Okay, so I'll pack mine with Mandarin, and then we'll do the strain review. You can put Trikes.
Okay.
So that way we'll have a vaporizer. Because here in Utah, you cannot smoke with a flame.
Nope.
So we have to follow all rules and guidelines and make sure that we're not anti-government or anti-mask or anti-vaxxer.
None of that.
We had a comment about that.
Yeah, on Instagram.
And Instagram, we had a comment saying that since I am anti-government and I'm anti-vaxxing
And anti-mask.
and anti-mask, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
And that you guys should not hang around me. So good luck, Beehive Buds.
Yeah.
Because you're misrepresenting the essence of a rebel. So I'm sorry if I offend you or you or you. But
It's 4:29.
I don't care what you do.
okay,
You
so
do
here we
you,
go.
I'll do me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And we're gonna go on the blue. We're gonna go on the blue
Low heat.
The low heat. Because we want to taste all those terpenes and we want to get medicated at 420. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in to our episodes of the Utah Cannabis Church. What is Utah Cannabis Church?
Tell them all.
Utah Cannabis Church. Autumn actually helped me acquire this. I said this and then she goes, I want in right away. She says, I want in. I want in. Whatever it is, I want in. So what we did was we registered the first ever Utah Cannabis Church. Now, this church is not, again, you may get tired of hearing me say this, but this church isn't based on like a religious, if you will, of say, and there's nothing against these religions, any Muslim or Christian or Mormon. It's not kind of like that. The congregation is going to be a little bit more different in a spiritual mentality of utilizing cannabis for oneself, for the inner being,
rich.
that inner being of yourself, getting in tune with your personal body and spirituality, and also wrapped around the philosophy of Rastafari or Rastafarian, and understanding that these tools that we have to utilize our spirituality to benefit our bodies is going to be the best way for us to help not only yourself heal internally, mentally, physically, spiritually, but to congregate and bring everybody together that are like-minded, that are medical marijuana patients one day out of the week, so that we can figure out this thing that's going on in the world.
Whew.
Exactly. Yep.
Dang.
That's
What
a
is
mouthful.
going on in the world? Yeah.
A lot's going on in the world.
If anyone's been feeling extra heavy this week, there's a lot going on. I mean, like, we could look at it astrologically. We could look at it from the points of ascension, just world happenings. Holy crap. Energetically, it's been a heavy week for me.
Yeah, me too, man. You could feel it. It's weighing heavy. There's a lot going on. You know, we have a big fight.
My brother Zach.
Yeah, we have a big fight. What's up, Zach? We have a big fight here in Utah, and I don't mean a fight in the sense of being rebellious to the point to where we have to, you know, throw hands or start smoke or anything. But we have a fight with this everlasting gobstopper of these laws that we need to help change. And these laws that we need to help change, we need to collectively come together, and we need to influence Congress and people at the Capitol and the powers that be, because these pens are mightier than our swords right now, so we kind of have to stay low-key. Again, we're going to be Monday at 11 o'clock. We're going to be at the Capitol building on the 15th.
Please join us.
Sarah and Carly are putting an event together, and it's Yes We Can, Nabis.
Yes, we
And
can.
we want everybody to show up, and if you need details, please contact OG company, OG Status, if you will. Carly and Sarah, located here at 929 East, 929 East, 45th South, here in Millcreek. Come on down, get the details. We need as many people as possible to show up. This is a very important event, and the reason why it's such an important event is because we need all activists, people who do use cannabis and or believe in the plant. You don't even have to smoke it. Just be a supporter, show up. We have things we need to tell people, and we need all collectively come together, and that's kind of what we're doing here with the church. You know, starting this Cannabis Church, individuals that are like-minded. So here in April, I'm hoping to have a brick and mortar,
Oh, yeah.
so that we can congregate together. Now, if we don't, we're still going to be doing things. We just may have to gather in a different way. Gathering in a different way and consuming cannabis together collectively has to be done appropriately and law-abiding, if you will. So everybody has to have a medical marijuana card. If you are a medical that was weird,
What
dude.
is that?
I don't know.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. Medical marijuana card if you want to attend the church. It is a members only church. There is a fee, but it's a small one, not compared to the prices that you're paying
Definitely
for cannabis
Definitely not.
in the dispensaries right now. And so
Cannabis concentrates, whatever
what
it is.
do you think, huh?
It's
60, 50 bucks, 50 to 60 bucks
50
for
to 70 bucks.
yeah.
Let's talk about
Including tax.
cost of cultivation.
Okay, so
Let's
break
talk
it down
this.
for us. So you can kind of
We can kind of relate a little bit.
you could relate a little bit, but talk to us about that. Like, explain to the people, does it really cost this much so that we have to charge sick people an exuberant amount of money for their medicine?
This is the deal. What's happening is patients right now are paying for these big corporations' capital expenditures for the startup of the program. Now, that's like kind of understandable, right? Because like everyone has to earn money and, you know, like make a living, and I get that. But huge program, huge startup, profit's going to continue to build, and it's only going to get better and better and better. Now, I hear a lot of they're going to pass the profits to the patients. I don't know. We'll see. But are the patients responsible for the capital expenditures of the corporations and licensee holders?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry, I missed that. What was
That's
it?
okay. I'm just saying, should the patients be responsible for paying the price of corporations' capital expenditures?
No, absolutely not. I believe that falls on the corporation itself, and you should take that into consideration when you are starting a business here in Utah. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but you got to understand something. I come from a background of understanding the fundamentals of creating and starting businesses like this because I've owned 2 dispensaries myself. I currently have a CBD company. I'm currently going to be growing indoors. Okay, so this capital that we have to acquire, that should fall on you. You should use that expenditure to drop the prices for the meantime for the patient. So when I opened up my dispensary, when I first opened, I didn't take in consideration the
You weren't trying to pay off all the debt for your lights.
No, okay, so
all
check.
at once.
Yeah, so check this out. So not only did I have and it's not debt. I look at it as an investment.
investment.
Yeah. So I had about, at the time when I had my dispensary, I had a 20 light grow. Back then, I was like, whoa, you got 20 lights, dude. That's a lot, right? Okay, so I had the 20 light grow, expenditures of cost of growth, okay? And then what I actually invested to open up my dispensary. Now, I did that with no investors. I sold my window cleaning company, and I took $75,000 and invested every single penny into that company. I did not make the patients pay for that. Now, the only thing that the patients helped me reimburse me for the cost of growth of the medicine alone, and that is it. Now, there are specific laws that are put forth here. I understand that, and I understand that people starting a business say, okay, it's like a gas, right? It's like gas prices. You get gas prices, everybody pays. Everybody pays. We're not selling gas. We're not selling shirts. We're not selling shoes. We're selling cannabis, something that has a medical benefit for your human involvement. So with that being said, I feel, and this is just a personal opinion of mine, that compassion must always come first. There's always a way to lower the cost of growth for patients to acquire medicinal cannabis in Utah. It is completely absurd that the prices are this high.
Let's do a little. Can we? I have my
Do it.
calculator.
Math it up.
Can we do a little math here? Let's just break this down a little bit, because you know better than I.
I don't know better than you. I just know
on the cost of growth.
Right, cost of growth.
We're just barely getting into our indoor grow, and like barely understanding, what it really takes.
Right.
I said
20 lights. How much we talking, Tim?
20 lights. Okay,
20
so
lights.
if I see the majority of people like to grow with LEDs. So right now you're looking at LEDs. You can equate roughly 10 grand.
10 grand.
10
Okay.
grand on
20
some
lights.
really good LED lights.
Okay.
Okay.
And then your genetics.
Okay, so
What-
genetics. So you can acquire genetics. You're looking at seeds, cost of grow. Let's just say you want 10 genetics. Let's go really high with the genetics. 10 genetics. You're looking at
overkill for 20 lights.
no, it's not overkill. You just want a variety for your dispensary, right?
Okay.
Or for a dispensary that you're distributing to. So you take your 10 light. I mean your $10,000 for your lights. You take another say $3,500 for genetics because genetics are getting expensive right
Yeah,
now. So you take
yeah.
the $3,500 for genetics.
Okay, so we're about 13,500.
Okay, so now you need to take that and you need to say, okay, where are we going to grow this stuff? We need a facility. So you got 20 lights. You need a veg room, you need a bloom room, possibly a veg and bloom at the same time, depending on the organization skills in which you have. So you're going to have a veg room, you're going to have a pre-veg, and you're going to have a bloom room. That's the way I would do it. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not doing that. They got just a veg and a bloom. So you're looking at finding a place to house all these plants. So let's just say somebody off the top of their head says, I need 4,000 square feet for that. That's ample enough for room to do what I need to do, et cetera, yada, yada, yada.
Okay,
So
let's go really high, and let's say this is in like a really nice area. What, $18 a square foot? $20 a square foot? Let's
Yeah,
just,
let's do that.
let's
Yeah.
do that. Okay?
Okay.
So 20 times. We'll give the benefit of the doubt there.
Okay.
So we got 80,000. That's for the year
Oh,
in the location. We've got another 13,500 for
lights
the lights
and,
and the
genetics.
genetics.
Okay.
Okay. What else is there? Tim?
nutrients, pots, tables,
Soil.
labor, soil, etc. So you're
What
look-
is an average ergonomist, or someone who takes care of the plants? How many are you going to need for that?
at least
setup?
4 people. So you're going
Okay.
to need someone to do main cultivation. You're going to need someone that's going to be in charge of harvesting, because harvesting you could bring people in temporarily. I wouldn't keep somebody on full time unless you're on a perpetual cycle to have that being taken care of. So with that being said, you're going to have at least 4 to 5 people that are going to be involved with that grow with that size. So you need to take in consideration someone needs to be cleaning all the time, somebody needs to be doing propagation, somebody needs to be a main cultivator, right?
Okay,
And then
so
you got a manager, somebody who overlooks everybody else to take care of shop business.
Okay, what's a nice manager salary?
Right now in the marijuana industry, you can look for anywhere from $30 to $35 an hour
Okay.
for a manager,
So you're looking like 80 to 120K a year, but depending on experience.
depending on experience.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, this is for the year. So let's go 120K.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good salary. We got a janitor. How much? Tyson. You've
So
done some
not
janitorial.
not necessarily a janitor, but just somebody who's going to be
$13
there. Yeah. So you're going to look at anywhere from, minimum wage now is going to be going to $15 an hour.
Yeah,
So that's
they
your
changed that
minimum.
up.
$15 an hour. Me personally, depending on how elaborate the cleaning is, cleaning has to be done every day. Cleanliness is next to godliness. We're going to talk about this here in just a little bit, but we seen a video of a facility without saying
friend-
any names because
friend
we
had
don't want to
posted.
do that.
No.
Okay, that's not cool. But so cleanliness. So we're looking at anywhere from $15 to $20 an hour. If you want to keep people around, you'll pay them better.
Right.
So I would pay somebody.
go high.
That's right.
So
So,
40
$18 an hour start. Okay, because you don't need much experience.
What is $18 an hour? Like 50 grand a year?
Something like that. And the reason why I would start somebody out
36. You're smart.
the
You
reason
do
the
math.
reason why I would start somebody out at $18 an hour is because you want to see what their intellect, where do they want to be. When somebody comes and works for me, where do you see yourself in 6 months from now? Because the future's not certain. So they're saying, well, I want to be here, I want to grow with the company. It allows that person to strive for something better. So you're looking at $18 an hour for somebody who's doing that. So that'll
Okay,
take
so
you.
that takes care of two. Now we got three other people who are
Okay.
just helping with.
Okay, cutting
stuff.
clones, transplanting, et cetera, et
Yep.
cetera. Those people are going to get paid anywhere from $20 to $25 an hour.
Okay, so we'll jump that up to what, like, let's do 60,000 times 3, which is 180,000.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the licenses.
Right.
There was like a $4,000. There was like a few $1,000s for application fee, and I think $100,000. Okay,
Right.
It's $50,000 to apply for the cultivar.
for just cultivar.
Just cultivar.
Okay.
I'm not talking processing and location-wise, dispensary.
Okay. Well, we're gonna give an extra 50,000 buffer.
Yeah.
For supplies.
Okay.
So right now we're at $529,500.
Right.
First year.
Okay. Now let's do this math. Can you get your calculator, Tice?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, Kelly.
How much are they selling for an eighth for in the dispensaries?
Right now, anywhere from $60 to $65 an eighth at top shelf.
Okay.
If you're buying popcorn nugs, which I don't understand this philosophy because
Yeah.
this
Let's
is
talk about
we
this for a
talked
minute.
okay.
about that
So
last time.
okay,
Oh, you
so
did? Okay.
well, we do, but we want to talk about it again because when we were talking about this, we kind of straight off into something else.
Yeah, we did.
When you're telling somebody that a bud this big is different from a price of a bud this big, you're selling people short. Okay, if a cultivar, which is the plant that's growing, and the cultivator or the farmer or the person in charge that's growing the cannabis in the facility is saying that this bud up here is going to be more expensive than this bud, to me that's absurd. If you go to Jungle Boys, for instance, right, and Jungle Boys is a facility in California that sell high quality flower in big jars like this, all right?
Nice.
All the buds are no bigger than a nickel. Maybe there's some that are the size of a quarter, right? They're all the same price. It's all the same price. It's just what you get in a jar. It's buds. So when you're trying to tell me that there's a differentiality with the small popcorn bugs with the top buds and saying that these are lower quality when these are higher quality when they're in the batch that are being tested the same, that's coming tested at the same potency. Now there is a natural degradation that goes in with cannabis that naturally occurs. But for someone to sell me a bottle like this of $65 of popcorn nugs for $60 and then sell me something for $80 saying it's better than the next, to me that's absurd. That's crazy. That has to change. That I don't get that philosophy, nor will I ever. Because when I had my dispensary, and people say, well, your dispensary is your dispensary, and this is Utah, this is in Oregon. A dispensary is a dispensary. I have consulted dispensaries in California and Oregon alike. I have consulted dispensaries low quality up to really elaborate dispensaries, and none of those guys ever did that. They just take the cannabis, they trim it up really nice. It's in a batch. You sell it for that price. And typically anywhere, in Oregon especially, and that's one of the meccas, California and Oregon and Washington, grams or no more for high quality stuff, $8 a gram. And I
So
understand
what would
tax
that make
here.
an eighth? What would that make an eighth?
So you're looking at
28.
3.5,
$28.
$28 a gram. I mean, 28
An eighth
bucks
is
an eighth.
3.5.
3.5. So you're looking at anywhere from 28
to
here,
32.
since there's tax. You might look at $35
Okay.
for an eighth.
And then you buy in bulk, obviously you get a little discount, right?
Yes, so if you do buy in bulk, that's what I used to do. Someone would buy an ounce for my dispensary, that was the cap for the day. Back then, you could only buy 28 grams, right?
Just per day.
Per day. That's pretty damn good, right?
That's a
That's
lot
great.
of that's
Okay.
a lot of
Yeah, that's
buds.
great.
So, no, 28 grams per day per dispensary, and there were 5 at the time.
Oh,
dang.
So you could go to each,
Stocking
you could
up.
go, right, exactly. So you could do that. So that's kind of the difference. So $60 an eighth. Popcorn buds should not be different than the bigger buds. And if you are putting lower grade stuff in here,
It should be cheaper.
really cheap.
Should be like dirt cheap.
I think it should be
like
dirt cheap.
50% off,
Right.
maybe? I don't
Okay,
know.
so let's go back to the calculation.
Okay, so
Yep.
Tyson, so what we were going to calculate next is how much, so in a pound, how many eighths are there? 'Cause-
Eighths in a pound.
Yeah.
So there's what, 360 grams in a pound? No. How many grams?
It's 452.
452. Okay. Yeah. All right. So
So
you're looking at
400
eight.
do
So you
that.
got How
Hold on,
many?
let's see. Hold on, I'll just do this so we don't hurt our brains. 452 divided by 3.5. 129 eighths.
Okay, 129 eighths.
129.
Now, what are they selling quarters for? Is there any discount?
No
for
discount.
There's no discount for getting bulk here.
No.
No.
Well, that's interesting.
So let's say quarters 110, 120. Okay.
Okay, so we can do this math. We can, because there's no discount. It would be harder to do this math if there were discounts. So
Is there any discounts for vets, senior citizens, or disabled in this state?
no, nor Medicaid patients.
Nor
No.
Medicaid patients. See, that's something that really does need to change. Why did our lights just go out, dude?
Whoa!
Did your battery die? Oh, there we go.
Lights back
again.
on.
All
Don't
right.
worry, guys.
All
Let's try it again.
All right.
See how long
Take
it will
two.
last.
Okay, so your calculator. So there's 129 eighths in a pound. Okay, now multiply that by 60, because it's $60 an eighth, right? So 129 times 60. Okay, so that's the number we're looking at per pound. Now with 20 lights.
Actually, my equation came out to be a little bit bigger. It was like $8,500 a pound, but I mean that's okay, I guess. I mean, not okay, but that's a lot of money for a pound.
For a pound.
For a pound. Do you-
$7,740 for a pound.
Yeah.
What else do you pay that kind of money
We're out of
for?
lights. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. What else do you pay that
Like
kind of money?
Gold? I
I
don't know how much. I'm
Seriously.
just saying, like,
Probably, and let's put it in this perspective: a house up on the hill that has 10 bedrooms, 4-car garage, and an acre of land. You'd be paying that per month, $7,740 to live lavishly in a nice
for 1 pound.
for one
So,
1 pound.
Okay, 20 lights,
Uh huh.
4 to 5 employees,
Uh-huh.
4,000 square feet.
Uh-huh.
How many plants can I grow, and what's the cycle look like?
So how many plants can you grow legally here in Utah under
It's
one
a-
license,
It's
unlimited?
under square footage.
Under
10,
square
I think
footage.
10,000 is
Okay.
I think they have 100,000 square feet.
Okay,
Ooh.
so all right,
I think.
But you're not covering that with 20 lights.
No, but let's say with 20 lights,
Yeah.
we did 20 lights, 4,000 square feet.
yeah. So depending
So
on
this is a minimal grow
so
operation.
if I had 20 lights, I would put anything less than in a square footage of 4x4, anything more than 4 plants per 4x4 square footage at 18 inches tall and 2.5 feet wide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So a 4x4, so 4 plants per 4-foot square. All right.
Okay, so about 1,000 plants.
Yeah, you could. I wouldn't put that much. I'd probably put like maybe 800.
But they are, aren't they?
They may depends on how much space you actually want to accommodate yourself with.
Okay.
So again, depending on the cultivator and the cultivar, that being the strain specific, you could run anywhere from 200 to 400 plants per tray, and then run your 20 lights. I don't know anybody that in a really good setting. I would never run LEDs. I see a lot of people doing it. I would go for the Gavitas or the Sun System lights so that I'm getting a full spectrum of 1,000 HPS for bloom cycle. But you can look at anywhere from that 4-foot square, 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds if you really know what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we have like stuff like electricity,
You got electrical.
Okay.
You got water.
Yep.
water.
Yeah.
Heating.
So we
That's
added
part of the
ano-
electrical.
We added another 50,000 for like heating, electrical pots.
Mhm.
Do we got to add anything else to that?
You got your
You
nutrients.
already added that.
You got your soil, or a lot of people are using rock wool. So on the commercial aspect, it's cheaper. People are using rock wool. I don't like rock wool because it's really hard to flush accordingly. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I like to stick to the more organic nature of the plant and stick to soil. Soil is a little bit more heavy. It's a little bit more dense. It's a little bit more labor intensive, if you will. A lot of people don't know how to really rejuvenate their soil. So that's kind of what you're looking at. And then you got aeroponics and hydroponics. So it just depends on what the facilitator is trying to accommodate themselves with on that perpetual cycle. A lot of people who are doing hydroponic, if they know what they're doing, can perpetuate their cycle every 2 weeks. And
Okay.
so they're pumping out, 20, you're looking at a pound plus per light. So you're looking at anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds if you know what you're doing. Most people don't pull that much per 20 lights, but you're looking at a pound per light. So that's 20 pounds per light. I mean,
Okay.
20 pounds per 20
So
lights.
400
So-
pounds.
Right.
Okay, so
So 400 times.
And that's highball, guys. Like, not a lot of people can
740.
grow, in a 4x4 space a pound a weed.
so
So
just
5 times
so just with one cycle,
Yeah.
one cycle. Or
$60 an eighth,
Mm-hmm.
120 a quarter,
Mm-hmm.
240 for a half.
Mm-hmm.
No discounts.
Right.
We're looking at, for first cycle,
Yeah.
a profit of,
not a profit.
well, or not a
You
profit,
have
but a combined
You gotta take away from this.
$3,117,600.
Right.
What's your total?
Now,
You're invested in?
is the cultivator selling? There's a markup that's happening here. Help me understand this.
So
the
the-
cultivator sells to the pharmacy.
So I can't speak for everybody, but this is what I'm assuming is happening, is that a lot of times they need to get that return back. Unfortunately, I wouldn't do my dispensary that way. I would break it up into increments, and I would tell the investor, I have this amount of time to pay you back. So therefore I can stay competitive with the competition out there. Say for instance, if someone gave me $1 million right now and said, I want to invest in you, Tim, and I want you to cultivate, I got the space for you, I'm giving you $1.5 million, make it work. I'll make it work with the people that I'm using to grow. I will immediately overnight drop the cost of growth, $20 from everybody else, take a bite, expand that 1.5 or $1 million into increments throughout the year, and then take a little bit of a backlash on that just to stay competitive so that I do the right thing for the patients. Because I'm for the patients. I want the patients to get the best benefit possible. So what I do is I'd find an investor that would be willing to break those things up incrementally to me so that I can perceive in my journey of lowering the cost of growth. Now, a lot of people aren't going to do that because they say it's impossible, we can't make it. There's always a way to do it. There's a way to lower the cost of growth.
You said something about competitive.
Yeah, so I would stay competitive. So what I would do is I would never open up a dispensary. I opened up the first dispensary in my region, right? So I could say I was the first. And then I shut that one down. 6 months later, my partner moved to California. I stayed and I opened up Healing of the Nation in Oregon. And doing that, opening up Healing of the Nation in Oregon, there was already 4 dispensaries open after I shut mine down and reopened up another one. I was grateful that I did that because I was able to see everybody's tactical advantage of what they were trying to perceive, and I purposely dropped my price. And what I did was beat everybody's price by $5 and gave them the highest quality possible that I was growing in-house. So staying competitive. If I was say for instance, if I was an investor or somebody that's starting a dispensary right now, I would immediately beat the competition's price, even if I had to take a little blow on the back end a little bit. And then it would make up towards the end through sponsorships, okay,
Yeah.
and other things that you can do. So there's always other ways to make money, hold events, etc., etc. Yeah. So I would want to stay competitive with everybody else, but it seems like everybody here in Utah,
there's no healthy competition.
Well, everybody, you know what everybody's doing is they're like, well, they watch what this person's going to do over at this dispensary, and they're like, well, they're charging $60 an eighth, so are we? Because why would we lower our price and lose money? Not understanding that you can bring more patients in and keep your facility facilitated with the mentality of patients over profit. But instead, it's profit over patients. Utah is already running their facilities like recreational cannabis. That's wrong. This is a medical marijuana program. Medical marijuana programs are wrapped around compassion. You have to have compassion for your patients. If you don't have compassion for your patients, then what you do will fail. I guarantee it. I've seen it. I've been in the mecca of a recreational aspect and the medical marijuana program, not only in Oregon, I've seen it in Colorado, I've seen it in California, and I've already seen it in Washington. And the only thing that I see is patients losing their profit, paying an extravagant amount of money for something that's easy to grow and cultivate, and then going to the black market. They end up going to the black market, paying $68 plus tax for an eighth. How
long does an eighth? So tell me this: how long does an eighth last?
Okay, so I'm a mediocre smoker. A mediocre smoker, right? So I don't have a high. I have a decent tolerance if I want it to be, but I only use it as I need to. An eighth will last me 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
So you're in this at least
by the end of the week.
240.
By the end of the week, I'm into it $450.
Dang.
Just what I need. And this is tincture, because I take tincture every morning. I go through a bottle of tincture, THC tincture, in 1 week. And those bottles can range anywhere from $80 to $120, depending on the potency that you need.
It's crazy.
Right? So my tincture, and then my flower.
Okay, so the number I came up with, operating expenses. Now, this is just for
Okay.
cultivar. We're not talking about the dispensary. This
Right.
is just to cultivate the product. I've come up with a number of roughly $530,000. Now, let's just like be generous and add 100,000 to that because it's a new program.
Right.
You know, shit
Right.
happens.
Right.
Let's add. So $630,000.
Right.
And in your first cycle, at $60 an eighth, we've got 3,117,600. So that markup is 1, 2, 3, 4, 500% from.
Okay, so let's not
cultivar.
say 500% because there's no such thing as 500%.
Seriously.
Let's just say 5 folds.
Five folds.
Five folds.
Yeah.
5 folds is what we're making. So there's no such, when people say I 110% or 120, mathematically that doesn't equate.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So let's say 5 folds they're making.
Just off of a first cycle, a tiny grow operation.
Right, right.
So is the pharmacy marking it up, or is the cultivar marketing up, or are they both marking
Maybe
it up?
we should get them in here and ask them that question personally because I'm not going to speak for a dispensary
I can't do that either.
because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit and.
I'm just saying that's
yeah,
a good
but
question.
I know, but it is a good question. But I'm not going to sit here and assume what a dispensary owner or an investor is going to do because I know it takes a lot of money to start.
Yeah,
a
500
di-
and
Yeah, that's not cheap.
that's a half
But-
million.
You know, I could do it. I could do it.
You can do a lot with a little, in my experience in business.
I can. I don't know
Yeah.
about other people. It seems to me that there's a lot of wasted space going on in these facilities, but that's just my opinion. I've only technically seen 2 or 3 facilities because they won't let me in. But the one facility that I went to, you actually got me an interview, not an interview, but
Introduction.
introduction, and I was pushed out the door, literally, by this person. Like literally having a conversation.
Well, you had quite an experience with seeing some symbols throughout that operation.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I did. I saw some symbols, and you know, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but I did witness some biker activity going on there. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say the name of the biker club because
We don't want to do that.
I
We
don't
keep it cool.
Yeah,
Just FYI stuff.
yeah, but there was some affiliation, and there was some really inadequate education when it came to cultivation in an indoor setting on a large scale grow. There was a lot of money being wasted. The infrastructure was poor. And then I keep hearing this in Utah, and it kind of bugs me a little bit. And maybe it's just
Nothing
me.
kind of bugs you, Tim.
Yeah, and so this kind of bugged me a little bit. And they say, well, just give us a couple years. It's new. It's new. Just give us some time.
What is
you got to
that?
give us a break.
I
Listen,
don't believe in
yeah,
that shit.
If you come in with $3.5 million or $1 million and you have an investor and you are supposedly supposed to be a good cultivator or a good farmer or a good facilitator, you should not need 2 years.
Okay, I recently reviewed. Okay, I'm gonna pause.
You should hold on. You should come in to this business on a higher stature of a dispensary. That's as top notch as you can get. You should hire the best people possible from the get-go. There shouldn't be that much trial and error, and you should be able to provide the patients with the medicine that they deserve, not need or want, deserve. Medical patients deserve this plant because they have been persecuted through the pharmaceutical companies for the last God knows how many years, and the least that we can do is give them the medicine that they need is going to be the most effective tool that they can use for their human involvement as alternative medicines for the things that aren't working or haven't worked that people need. So when you're a dispensary owner here in Utah and you're saying, oh, just give us some time, it's a new program. Bullshit. You should have came in already understanding that there's this array of an environment out there of like-minded people with other dispensaries that you could have got from. Hire a goddamn fucking consultant. Hire a consultant, okay? Get that consultant in there to get you the information that you need so that this jar doesn't cost $68. That's bullshit. That is an excuse. Sorry.
Damn straight. So I just want to mention,
Well said.
I'm not going to mention any names on this, but I met.
And the reason why we don't want to mention any names because we don't want to slander people.
No,
No
we
way.
don't want to
We don't
slander anybody.
slander.
We're just telling our story. This is my
Right.
story, my perspective. I
Yep.
don't need to throw anyone else into that.
You're
But
right.
I met with someone, was it like 2 weeks ago? It was someone who applied for a
Yeah.
cultivation license here in Utah. And they were really upset. I had kind of met with them for another reason in business, and we kind of got started talking about this. And I was like, dude, you know, I'm so sorry. He told me they had everything. They had
Facility
funding,
lockdown.
they had a facility,
They had
a growth
wonderful
plan.
strategy plan. Yep.
wonderful strategy plan. You know, they had already under contract their facility, okay, everything. and they ranked somewhere,
29.
somewhere in the 20s. I don't really know, but they ranked 20 and didn't get their license. And they were seriously like, they put a lot of dedication and time into coming up with this. They hired, they knew their stuff.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, I asked him to send me over the plan because I was just curious what an application looked like. Like I wanted to see his plan and how he was going to grow and why he ranked, on 20 something. Anyways, point being told, there's a lot of people who have licenses right now who aren't using them.
Right? It's just kind of just hanging out.
So this guy, he's pissed, right? He's like, there's people who have licenses that don't even have a facility yet, and it's a year later. And he's like, why didn't they let me? Why did I get rejected? And he hasn't even got his medical cannabis card. He refuses to participate in the program because he's burned, right? He's like, I could be growing this stuff. I could have tons of it out already. Anyways, long story short, I looked at his plan, and what you had to submit, it was fucking lengthy. You're talking page after page after page of detail. Everything from start to finish this guy submitted. And so my question just is that plan, how do we go from this lengthy detailed plan of action to several companies not doing anything with their licenses?
Right.
And that affecting the healthy competition in the market and the potential price points that would advocate for patient health and not corporation wealth.
Right. Exactly. And that's what it's turning into as a corporation. Corporation of wealth is the exact and people say you don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I ran my dispensary successfully 5 years on a compassion program, right? Now,
did you make money? Did you have food on the table?
I was able to pay myself out on a mutual nonprofit. So I was paid as a manager myself. But the majority of my money went back into the business to structurally make it sound and facilitate not only me, but the R&D, because I had a little bit different philosophy with my dispensary. My dispensary wasn't wrapped around understanding like, I'm just going to make a shit ton of money and do this. I could do that anywhere with any business, right? It's just what you put your mind to. My facility in general was at the time needed to be done for research and development. Research and development cost a lot of money. So I took my money and put it back into an elaborate grow. I started off with those 20 lights, but I ended up with 65 lights in an 11,000 square foot facility with 4 separate rooms, a processing area, and all the bells and whistles, and then eventually having 5 100-foot greenhouses on an acre and a half, plus 11,000 square foot facility indoors, and then ultimately transitioning that into a CBD business, and then currently where I'm in today. So with that being said, money can be made, but it shouldn't be the main priority. When you first start a business and you're helping medical marijuana patients, and so that's the difference between recreational and medical, is the only difference between recreational and medical is money. That's it. There's no difference. It's all medical, right? So people say, no, recreational is recreational and medical is medical. One of the stupidest things I ever witnessed in Oregon is that you would walk in and they had to register for medical and recreational. I was like, well, what's the difference? Well, this is legal and this is medical. Well, what's the difference? Well, you get 10% off. Okay, cool. But what's that over there? That's recreational. They figured out a way to manipulate the program to facilitate medical versus recreational, tax recreational, keep medical compassionate. And the only people that benefited was the most corrupt organization in Oregon that still is the OLCC, which is the Oregon Liquor Control Commission. Every recreational branch in the United States is controlled by the liquor control boards. Who owns and taxes the liquor control boards? Do you know?
I don't.
Yeah,
The federal government.
the federal government.
Who's making money? The federal government. So this is where the money is going, is to the federal government. Everybody says, no, it's state. Yeah, it's state. But who do you think the state pays? State always pays dividends to the higher man or woman. Yeah. So the federal government, right? So currently right now we're in a battle of politicians, cultivators, and the system. Corporation, right? So we have to figure out how to make it work.
So let's pause there though. What happens when a cultivator and a politician team up?
When a cultivator and a politician team up, the politician has to be paid first. Politicians only know money. And I don't care what anybody says. If there's any politicians out there, I apologize. But you guys don't work for free.
No,
So
they do
politicians, to make your pen mightier than the sword, politicians need to be paid. Okay? So the politician's going to come out on top. What can if I was a politician, you're a grower, what can you do to make me convince these people that what you got going on is going to be beneficial for people? Prove it to me.
Maybe I give you a back rub.
Nope, I need lots of money because I need contributions. Can you do that for me?
What if I get you voters?
No, well, voters. Okay, let's do voters.
What if I get all my corporate buddies to sponsor your campaign, Tim?
Wonderful. How much money are they going to donate to my campaign?
How much money you're going to make me?
I'll make you $3.5 million after the first 2 years. But how much money are you going to give me?
I'll give you a percentage of that.
Okay, but I need that money now.
Right now?
Right now. I need that money now because
that sounds like bribery.
No, it's working. How can I help you help me? Bribery is a big name. As a matter of fact, since you mentioned that word bribery, I may just step away from the whole deal, right?
Oh, because you're
because my
right?
campaign, my campaign requires a lot of money to have my people help your people, and that needs to happen.
So I have to give you money to help me
Make you more money.
make you more money.
Yeah.
Well, all of us are going to make money.
Oh, all of us are.
Right,
Cool. That's
right.
cool. I'm down.
Yeah, because my neck's on the line.
What are we gonna do with that money, though?
Me personally, what I'm going to do with that money if I'm a politician, have you seen the politicians' houses? Have you seen their cars?
Nah, I don't
Okay.
hang out with many
Yeah,
politicians.
me neither.
Me either.
No, they really don't. So, I know that's not fair to get into that kind of a
No.
realm about politicians,
We're just
but
playing devil's
We're playing-
advocate
yeah,
here.
we're playing devil's advocate. So there's a
Having
game. There's a game that has to be played, and everybody has to play ball. If you have 2 touchdowns points here, you have a referee and you have 2 quarterbacks, right? Those are the most important
Super
people
Bowl
in the
Sunday
game.
talk. You guys ready?
So if you got an end zone here and an end
Okay.
zone here, you got a referee here and a referee here, and you got a quarterback on this team and a quarterback on this team. The most important people are the referees and the quarterbacks, right? Because the quarterback, nothing can start without the quarterback. But you need a team to
Shot
facilitate
caller.
that. Exactly. So when you get the 2 quarterbacks to throw the ball to the acquired person to make the touchdown, there's a lot that goes into that equation.
So let's talk about quarterbacks. I've been kind of talking about this.
Yeah.
Wait, Tom Brady left the Patriots, right?
Right.
Still won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Went to the Bucks.
Sounds like the
Pulled it
quarterback
off.
may be more important than the coach.
So listen, they are, but you're only as good as your teacher. You're only as good as the people who teach you, right?
Yeah.
So you're only as good as those who taught you. So Brady comes from a lineage of people who have invested
Yeah.
a lot of money into helping mold that individual to project him to be that great. So you could say whatever you know. It was a rigged game. The referees were paid.
All that stuff. Yep.
And that's all true. It's all true.
Yep.
They do get paid.
They do. Yeah.
It's been proven. It's not a lie. It's a fact that referees have been put
they've
in
been
prison.
Caught. Yeah, they've been caught. Basketball, a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with that being said, a group of people invested in that quarterback to do good. So it doesn't matter where that quarterback goes. See, I can be a
His
quarterback.
investors go with him
I can be a quarterback in
because they want to
any.
keep making money.
I can be a quarterback in any company here as a cultivator, right? I mean, somebody who's going to be in charge of cultivating. And I'll make this person money, I'll make this person money, I'll make this person money, and I'll make this person money. So I can go around and facilitate everybody with the education to invest a certain amount of money in me to facilitate them with proper grow, intellect, perpetual cycle, business, all that. But who's stuck in the middle?
The referees.
No, the players.
Oh, the players.
Patients.
The audience.
The patients. Patients are always stuck in the middle. And the patients are all going like this. Because there's a patient right now who's watching this who goes, God, I wish I had that. I wish I could afford that. I have a medical marijuana card, but last time I went to a dispensary, they gave me something that I couldn't even smell or touch. I can't put a flame to anything. I don't know what a vaporizer is. And the medicine that I smoked just got me way too paranoid, and I didn't know what I'm doing.
For sure.
And that's
We hear horror stories like that all the
right,
time.
exactly. So we need to figure out a way here in Utah, and there's a way to do it, but we all have to come together. On the 15th, we all need to come together, and we all need for your guys' support here in Utah
Please.
to show up to the
Just go
Capitol.
by, come, bring your lunch.
Bring your
grab
lunch.
your burritos.
Bring
meet us up there.
Bring
11 to
everybody.
1.
It's going to be a
Right?
wonderful thing.
11 to 1.
And we need everybody to show up on the 15th. We need them there Monday. We need everybody there from 11 to 1 o'clock. We need everybody wearing green. and we need everybody being on the same level so that we can understand that we all have a collective view that we need to work with these politicians in the state capitol to break these laws down, reevaluate them, and figure out a way how to make patients afford this kind of medicine. So going on to medicine, do we have a strain review today?
Oh, we
Yeah,
do.
we can do that one.
Which one do you want to do? It's
Let's
up to
do the
you.
watermelon.
You want to do the watermelon?
Watermelon Zkittles.
All I'm saying is that
Skittles.
whatever you gave me to start with, I took 2 slight pulls.
Right.
Rich.
Very rich, choking noise.
Rich.
Yeah.
It's like chewing like
It's like chewing a weed gum.
yeah.
Felt like I chewed a weed gum. I've been drinking my coffee
Yeah.
to try to
Right.
but it's strong.
It's
so
full body.
that
Full
was
body.
beautiful.
That's the Mandarin cookies.
Thank you.
That was grown by yours truly.
Zach says they need to do more dirt grows in greenhouses.
So dirt grows in greenhouses. Greenhouses are good, but it still limits you to the ability in which you need to use the spectrum of the sun to facilitate yourself for medical cannabis. So if you really want a high grade medical cannabis, you want to do it in a secure environment. I understand greenhouses, they're good. They can produce good quality, but when I got indoor and I got greenhouse, I'm going to charge $20 a gram for indoor, and I'm going to charge $8 a gram for greenhouse, right?
Well, and that's the differentiation of cost of
Right.
operation.
Exactly,
correct?
because you're
Yeah.
eliminating all that power. It's expensive to grow indoors.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right. Greenhouses need to be facilitated, but not everybody can grow in a greenhouse, and your potent levels go down and kind of wander around a little bit. I know that greenhouse, because you're smoking greenhouse flower right there.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so
That's
that can
quality.
It is, but it takes a lot of work. It's
So
hard.
it's harder.
It's harder. Yeah, it's harder.
And do you have the ability to have a perpetual cycle?
Yeah, so you can
Depending
do
on
light
where-
deprivation. There's year-round greenhouses right now going here in Utah that are
Underground?
making underground.
Like digging down.
Oh, like a permaculture?
Yeah.
Don't necessarily have to be a permaculture. You can have radiant floors with gravel or bricks or whatever way that you want to do to accommodate yourself with an indoor climate in a greenhouse setting. You can do that. Again, it comes on to the person who's growing and the person who's what strains that you're growing in your facility, the area in which you're growing, the environment, of course, but mostly it all comes down to the person who's growing that product. If the person who's growing that product really knows what they're doing, they have a group of people that are like-minded that can facilitate themselves with that team again, and you have that quarterback, you'll win Super Bowls every
Damn straight.
single time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's the way I see it, and we do need more outdoor grows.
So where would you? So you're saying putting a lot of money into the quarterback would have been a really good move for the Patriots,
Right.
and it would be really good move for our cultivation experts here
Right.
in Utah.
So Trike, we got another. Where'd you get this from?
This is from Curaleaf.
Curaleaf
Lehi.
in Lehi.
Yep.
The good people of Curaleaf.
Yep.
You liked them?
They were pretty nice.
I can't wait to go meet them. You said good things about them.
Yeah. They just didn't know about the flower.
Yeah. But they gave you a pamphlet.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me a little pamphlet.
So this
about
strain is the
the watermelon.
Watermelon Skittles with a Z.
Skittles.
3.5 grams. And how much did you pay for this?
That, since it was the popcorn, was $35.
$35.08 plus tax?
Yeah, so it came to be about $42.
$42 for 3.5 grams. Okay. And then the THCA in this is 18.29%.
Which, wait a minute, that's a better price than most of the dispensaries.
Yep.
Pretty good.
We have to.
Not
I mean,
bad.
it's popcorn nugs. I
Okay.
don't get that. I don't get that.
Okay,
whole
but
thing.
listen.
Arguing about
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Because we're going to review this strain.
Oh.
So
okay.
hold on just 1 second with that.
Okay.
Okay, so THC 18.28% THC. We got 1.4% CBGA, 0.38 CBD. I think it's hard for me to read this here. It's kind of folded over. But anyway, so have you smoked this yet?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
You did?
I don't think it was ready for me. It's starting to get its smell.
Okay,
finally.
so we had a comment the other day
From
Rustin, and Rustin told us we opened up the last Night Terror OG from Trike, and we smelt it, and it smelled like hay. It smelled old, which it was a little bit because this was grown and cultivated. This one here is a little bit newer. The one that we had smoked, the Night Terror OG, was from 10/20/20.
Why is that? Why is that old weed? Like, what's fresh weed? What can you elaborate on that?
So old and fresh weed all has to do with the way that it's flushed, the way that it's cured, dried and cured. and the way that it's stored. So you can store. So what you smoked right there, that was 8 months ago, right?
Nice.
8 months ago. And then the last stuff that you and I smoked on the previous was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
In a jar. A
Wow.
year and a half ago. And it was like smooth as a Dickens, right?
The one that Taylor had?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he spit all over my neck.
Yeah. Shout out to
Shout out
420
to
V boys.
Shout out to 420 V boys. All over my neck. And then right away, right when he spit on me, he goes,
like,
you got the Rona. I gave you the Rona. And he started laughing. He came. That's what he gets for coming in and breaking up our broadcast. Our podcast.
Yeah, right at the very end.
Yeah,
too.
so if you're watching Taylor, it's all good. I ain't mad at you.
We appreciate
Yeah.
you, my brother.
Okay, so that all has to do with the way that it's cured, the way that it's stored.
So is this? Would you consider this old weed? Or is this
no,
pretty
so
fresh?
this one here
This
is
one's
actually
fresh.
harvest date was
10:30.
10/30. This one's still, yeah. So this is last October.
So why are they? I'm just confused as a patient. Okay. Some of the dispensaries are out of flower, but then they're selling this old flower.
Yep.
What's
Well,
that about?
I don't know.
What
I don't
about-
know. Why don't you ask the dispensary that?
I think we really got to talk to these people and understand what's going on.
You know, I would like to understand that too. I don't understand why it's sitting. So let me tell you a little something. I remember when I had that little conflict with Red Beard Farmer. Him and I were going back and forth
that.
with the Red Beard Farmer that was growing for Zion. He's no longer growing for Zion, and he kind of him and I got off on the wrong foot. But we talked like adults. We didn't go online like a lot of these other people in the industry like doing, and you know who you all are. And we talked like adults. We didn't blow each other up on Facebook or anything. I actually was the one that initiated the call because I did make some comments. I didn't know it was his flower. And I contacted him and asked him if he would accept my apology because I didn't know it was his flower I was talking about online. And he said, yeah, after he told me some things, you know, and we hashed it out. And I said, hey, man, what's going on in Utah, bro? Can you explain to me? Like, and he goes, listen, man, our hands are tied here. He goes, we have to wait and wait and wait and wait for testing. I got barrels of chronic that's fire ready to go for the public. There is no frickin' shortage. It's just that the laws are making it possible for us not to get this product out. And I said, what are you talking about?
How hard is it to get a test?
Sometimes testing gets held up. I mean, shit, we just did a testing here at the OGs and it took us forever. And it wasn't our fault. It's just that the testing, you got to do so much elaborate shit for testing that you got to keep going back and back again, right?
So it sounds like they should invest in an on.
So I was like, okay, now I understand.
Sure.
I understand, Redbeard. I get it. And he goes, it's not us, dude. He goes, so stop banging down on the dispensaries. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
The
That's not fair.
dispensaries or the cultivators?
The dispensaries and the cultivators itself. The cultivators' hands can only go so far. Like if there's a grower, a cultivator, or somebody who's growing in charge of growing, they're only limited to what they can and can't do. I mean, they only grow the pot. They don't run the business. Maybe they do, but your hands are tied. And then when you get to the testing, then your hands are really tied because now you're in the mercy of a laboratory that's doing critical analytics on your product that determines on how much you can actually charge for this product. So it all has to do with THC percentages as well. We didn't even equate that in and bring that in. So if I have something that's 18%, they're like, we'll sell that for $30, all right? But I have some bomb ass shit that's 28%, and I feel because it's 28 and it's bomb, you're gonna pay me $10 more.
All right, if it gets me more medicated, for sure.
And that's bullshit. Because all you're doing is getting me high. Now, quality may be king at that
Quality,
point.
yeah.
But come
Quality.
on.
We're
But
looking
not
for
just
quality.
THC. I'm
Right.
saying if it's more potent
Right.
in general.
Okay, so we went to Lehi. The nice people at Lehi. Thanks for helping Tyson out with this strain. This is from Trike. There was a video.
There's a video released.
There was a video from our buddy.
from a friend, yeah.
Yeah. And thanks for that video, friend.
Thanks, friend.
Yeah, because we got to see a little insight of the flower growing in bloom.
And the facilities.
And you got to see a little piece of their facility. And yeah, man, I don't know. I saw some
I don't know
dead.
what we say.
I saw some
dead plants.
I saw some dead plants.
Saw some algae.
I saw some green algae.
I saw that those rocks.
Did you see some nutrient burn?
Oh, there's definitely some nutrient burn too.
But they said they're fixing that, so that's good.
I hope so. Yeah.
Because the first part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. You gotta. Did I say that?
The best part of
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that being said, that if you see a problem, you fix it. And these guys are fixing a lot of problems there at Trike, so that's pretty cool. They seem like really nice people.
So been putting out product for a while.
All right, let's see, dude. So it comes in an individual jar that's been sitting there forever. And it's not Trike's fault. Trike has to do this by law.
Yeah, we talked about that.
They have to do that.
Yep.
So they put in this pack for us. Here you go. That's yours.
Okay.
I want you to break it up and smell it, man. Give me your first initial thought on this. Trim job, again. They trimmed it tight.
This one's a lot. Look at those.
I have a question. So this is clear. I don't normally seem clear. Does that how does that handle degradation?
So, you
That's
know,
a good
there is some little, there's a good nose on that.
Finally, huh?
Yeah.
We had to let it sit for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Try. Just a little bit.
So there is some degradation in a clear container. Light, heat, and time degrades cannabis. So there's a natural degradation that happens from the time that the plant starts growing, even of degradation of leaves and other things being broken down, and you get into the bud. And then when things are going in the photosynthesis period with 12 on, 12 off, or outdoors in your latter part of your bloom season, there's always going to be a natural degradation that goes on with the plant. This is what produces the CBDG, CBGA, and cannabidrolic acid comes first, right? Then your THC and your THCV, and then your Delta 9, your Delta H, your CBDs, your CBGs, and your CBCs come later on as the plant starts to degrade, and you get more of that medicated mentality. But the first facilitation is always going to be that CBGA, that cannabidrolic acid, right? So there's always going to be a natural degradation all the way to the end. So when you put them in clear jars like this, I think they're doing themselves a service by doing that. So you can kind of, the only thing I can pick on is they got to put these labels on here. You don't want to cover Trike, of course. You don't want to cover the warning labels by law. You're not supposed to. So you can kind of look at that. Were you able to open this up before you bought it?
No.
All right.
No way.
No way. He says.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
It wasn't even there, and it wasn't even there for display. It was in the back. Actually.
Oh, okay. Cool. So they gave you some exclusive. Or do you
No,
think they
no.
gave you Snickle Fritz?
No, this is Snickle Fritz.
Oh, stop.
I'm just kidding. Someone said, from what I understand from my sister that works at Curaleaf, says it's a state that's taking forever with their testing procedures, and by the time it goes through, it could be 90 plus.
She's
days.
correct. She's correct.
She is correct.
She is correct. That's what I was told by Redbeard, that it takes a long time. So that's your answer for why that date is so long.
Now,
It's just interesting to me because as someone who tests products regularly, and you're on a perpetual cycle, you know, I don't know. I feel like there should be some kind of system.
Laws need to be changed. These laws need to be changed because
testing should be readily available.
You know what we should have? We should have 10 to 20 different testing facilities here in Utah ready to go. And that should have been done before dispensaries were even open.
Are they? Is that an agriculture department thing? Like, I think so.
That is ag.
That is ag. That is ag. And so this is the thing is that I was watching the laws very closely before medical marijuana became here in Utah. And what I noticed was they were really fast. Get dispensaries open. Come on. We need to go. Not understanding the infrastructure of, okay, whoa. Let's just back up a minute. How are we going to get everybody their medicine? Because remember at first they said only the health department would be able to distribute the cannabis, right? And then they kind of switched things a little bit and said, okay, now we're going to allow licenses.
Oh yeah, they weren't going to allow whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So it was only going to be, so they switched it up, which is good. But then, so now you need to understand, okay, we need to make sure that we can get this stuff growing. So we need to grow it. We need the facility. We need to get testing. All these things should have been in order, right?
Before
the dispensaries were able to distribute. Because what we need now,
there's a lag.
There's a bottleneck.
Yeah.
There's a bottleneck. There's a big lag. 90 days, dude. That's a lot of freaking time for your bud to stay, if not properly cured correctly, in individual jars.
It's very hard to do.
You know, and some people do a really good job with like nitrogen and stuff like that, gas. And they put it in there, and it kind of preserves it a little bit.
But once they pop it,
but to be honest,
quickly with nitrogen.
But to be honest with you guys, it has to really come down to the person who's growing it. If you grow really good cannabis and you're confident in your abilities, and you flush it thoroughly, and you don't put a bunch of nutrients in it, and your plants are healthy, and you don't got a bunch of green algae growing, and you don't got dead plants laying around to possibly stir up pathogens or bugs in the area. If you do things correctly, your bud, your flower can be preserved for 90 days, no problem. Individually packed even, So right on. So you got that loaded up?
Yep.
So from the smell of this, last week I smelt this. I opened it up and smelt it. It didn't smell like this.
No way. Didn't smell like anything.
And so the reasoning for that, just to give you guys a little back on that, when you open up a jar and you release gases and you let this breathe like a wine, like when you pour wine and you give it the little
swirl.
You do the swirl and then you kind of let the wine breathe, okay? And I don't drink anymore. I used to, but from when I watch people, they take the wine and they give it a good swirl. They let it breathe. First, they pop the bottle, and then they pour it in the glass. And that's to release all those sulfurs and all those molecules in there, and they're rotating it, right? Moving it, looking at it, letting the light hit it, observing it. And then ultimately, they take it and they drink it, and they don't swallow it right away. They hold that on the palate.
It's ready for you.
They hold that on the palate.
Yeah, exactly.
And let that go, and then you get the full essence of the wine. Same thing with cannabis. When you keep opening and closing this jar, you're actually doing it a service. But you shouldn't have to do that. I don't want to wait a week to smoke my medicine.
No way.
I want to smoke my medicine now.
Yep, exactly.
And if I would have, if I would have opened up the jar, and I would have smelt it like this from the beginning, I would have been more likely to be more generous with my offering for strain review than before, because when I opened up that first one, I was like, "Ooh, God!"
I know.
God damn.
We got that on tape.
So I'm getting hints of pinene, limonene, myrcene. Yeah. I got some citrus in here.
Yep,
those are citrus. The Skittles.
Mm-hmm. Citrus. No, not fruit. Pretty gassy.
Gas.
Yep, pretty gassy, fuely. Good job. Hey, Trike, you got some really good strains here, man. And I want to be honest with you. With the right education from the looks of the video that were given to us on Facebook, not given to us, but put out on Facebook, if you control your nutrients a little bit more, get your plants a little bit more mature, go to soil, because your plants will produce more with soil, and you'll get a better smoke, and clean up that green algae on your mother plants, dude.
What's that taste I'm tasting at the very end of this? It's like, it's not quite it.
Spit it out, man. Today, Junior, we only got an hour.
What is that at the end?
I don't know.
So you get this really fruity, overwhelming, like limonene, pinene, but then afterwards, it's like almost like sour, but it's almost like alfalfa-y sour.
Chlorophyll.
I taste the chlorophyll. That's what it is.
Chlorophyll. So chlorophyll comes.
The very end that's coating my mouth.
Right. So when you flush and deplete the nutrients and or the medium or the rock wool or whatever medium that you're using, whenever you flush your product, your leaves should be at least 25 to 30% yellowing and light green.
Before.
If you're not flushing your plants appropriately and you show nutrient burn, if your tips are burnt, that means you've over-fertilized and it stunts the growth of the plant. Not nutrient lockup necessarily. You can still have and facilitate yourself with a growing plant. It just stunts the growth a little bit, right? Mm. So nutrient lockup is a pH problem. And once you lock your plants up, then you got to naturally drop the pH of the plant. That stops the plant from growing some, and then it depletes, and then you lose luster of potency and terpenes and flavonoids, and then you got to restart again. And by the time you do that, it's time for your plant to harvest. So you might as well just finish that one out and start again. A good grower will start at a pH of 5.5 to 5.8. Inside of either a rock wall is a 5.8 to 6.2. In a soil, it's 5.5 to 6. So 5.5 to 6, staying with a slow amount of pH, gradually increasing that throughout the growth cycle. And then when you flip your plants to photosynthesis, you should be going from 6.2 to 7. As you start to climax, in the 5th week, you should do a light flush, degradate the soil medium, flush that product in the 5th week. For 1 week, you should flush, use chelates, and then after your 6th week, increase the nutrients for 1 more week, get that pH back up to 6.5 to 6.8. Dropping the pH in the middle of the bloom cycle will generously give you accurate knowledge and accurate assessment of a facilitation of a proper female plant engorging itself with trichromes, THCV, THC, CBG, full spectrum cannabinoid profile, but more specifically terpenes and flavonoids. And then once you go with that 1 week of nutrients, then you should flush. You should flush no less than 2 weeks. And flushing is not putting an over-exaggerated amount of water only inside of your plant. It's using a chelate to flush the medium, the rock wall, whatever you're using, hydroponic system, but the plant as well, depleting that chlorophyll from the plant, and then ultimately cutting that plant down at the optimal time when the granular trichrome head is engorged at its optimal time. You cut that down and then you dry it. After you dry it for the ample amount of days in a controlled environment, then you cure it. And then after you cure it, then you distribute it. So these things have to be delegated correctly. So by flushing your plant periodically, and then when you get your pH right and you're not putting that much nutrients in your plant, you can give the benefits to the patient to acquire a medicinal cannabis product at its highest form. And that's what facilities should start doing right now. And so by doing that, we can really, really and then I don't mind paying a little bit more. If you're going to put that kind of work into it, I don't mind paying a little bit more for high quality stuff. Shit, I'll go into a dispensary and spend $250 on an ounce, but I'm not going to pay $450. Fuck that. There's no way. So, anyways, what do you think?
Zach says chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll?
More like
chlorophyll. Right on, Zach. Yeah.
Yep. Cheers, man.
So, what do you think? I rambled for a minute so you guys could, because you guys were like tuned in on me. So how are you feeling?
I hope everyone wrote all that stuff down that he said, because there was a lot.
If not, go back, and I hope Trike was watching so they can understand in your 5th week flush. Do it. See what happens. I guarantee even in your rock wall, if you keep a low pH and you slowly build that pH and then you do a light flush in the middle of your grow and then throw a little bit more nutrients in there and then flush again, watch how big your buds actually get and how much more you'll facilitate your facility with. And if you need a consultant, hit me up.
Tim Prado.
Anyways, what are you feeling?
You hit it first, so what do you think?
Is this an indica?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an indica.
She needs a sativa.
Yeah, I know. You always get indicas because you're a selfish prick, dude.
He's selfish.
And you're
That's
always,
what they both tell me.
You're selfish, dude.
That's
You go,
all they have.
So I say, hey, Tyson,
Go get us.
go get us some strains. And you're like this. Okay, yeah. And then you get in. Hi, my name's Tyson. Beehive Buds. How you doing? I love you. I want to hold you. I want to do this because Tyson loves to hug people. He just right away wants to try to hug people and just get all up in their mix. And they're like, well, what would you like today, Tyson? I would like some indicas. I like indicas. And then he'll say, oh, great. And then he'll be like, nice meeting you guys. Thank you very much. And then Tim calls and he says, hey, Tyson, what'd you get? I got a bunch of indicas. I don't like indicas, dude. I like sativas.
All they had
but
is
it's
indicas.
all about Tyson.
Oh, they didn't
That's pretty
have any.
pervasive.
They didn't have any sativas.
Only indicas, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So for me and Tim, we couldn't be patients at Curaleaf.
Well, I'll be a patient.
Remember
I
Beehive
just,
Pharmacy too?
I'll get, yeah. Sativas take a long time to grow, guys.
With the Jack Herer.
They need
75
a lot
days.
of hot, and that's because traditionally their climate is.
Yeah,
The equator?
Yeah, sometimes that has a lot to do with it. Yeah, but genetic profile. So I would go into Curaleaf and I'd buy an eighth of indica, but I'm not going to smoke it until night. But like this right here, this is a sativa.
That's sativa.
Yeah, Mandarin cookies. It leans more on a sativa. It's more uplifting, more energetic.
Makes me go.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
I feel a little depressed right now.
See, that's
Okay.
not good. You
I
need
feel
something.
good.
See, like
So this is a perfect example of I did not properly medicate.
more like Borophyll.
Yeah.
We're boring you, Zach?
No, it's the chlorophyll.
It's the chlorophyll, more like Borophyll.
Oh.
Billy
missed
Madison.
that?
No, I
Billy
missed the
Madison,
first
dude.
round.
Come
Sorry,
on.
Zach.
Billy-
See,
Come get your
I feel a
girl.
little depressed.
Yeah.
I
Come
can't
get
even
your girl.
catch a Billy Madison
Yeah,
joke.
Billy Madison
Wow.
joke. Yeah.
Indica.
Because see, Zach caught it because I said, today, Junior.
Yep.
And then he
He
was
set you
like,
up.
yeah, and then he goes, chlorophyll, more like Borophyll. Yeah.
Zach, you gotta come hang out with us. dude.
Yeah,
Zach,
dude.
come on.
I tried
We
to
called
get
you, dude.
I tried to get Zach to come on the podcast, but he told me, no way, dude. I would never go to that podcast, dude. I don't like you guys.
You guys are freaking.
You guys are
Whatever.
kids.
He's
yeah.
throwing us all kinds of
Yes,
hard.
I know.
Squares.
I'm just kidding.
We got our
Zach's
10th
no.
like.
Zach's
Oh,
wor-
who was the 10th like?
Sid Howlett.
Sid.
Sid! Beautiful box. Coming
You got
your
a
way.
box coming
Send
your
us
way.
your address.
Yeah. No,
Actually, we already
Zach
have
was
it.
working
Just
today, guys. He's a plumber by trade. He's a plumber.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Sarah and Carly from the OG.
Yep.
OG status, OG Products Cannabis Company, located at 929 East,
Yep.
45th South. Come in here and check out their new beard balm. Can I show people your guys' new product really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna grab a product real quick here that they got.
FYI, they have this whipped tattoo
Whipped
balm.
tattoo bomb, which is
If you have a tattoo and
Hey,
you
where's
like
the canister for the
whipped
beard balm?
things,
Oh, it's back here. We're taking
Oh,
It's the bomb.
So check this out, guys. I got the CBD dope soap, Amber Rose. Check that out. Boom. Hitting shelves. When did this come on the shelves, guys? Today, Junior. And then OG lip balm. Look at that. I can't wait to try that. That's going to medicate your lips. It's going to make your lips feel like they're high. And
Like for Valentine's Day.
Yep.
yeah. And then we got the CBD beard balm. This right here has a lot of THCV. And you want to know why? Do you want to know why beard balms should have more THCV?
Why?
No, it doesn't. It only got
Because men's
CBD.
beards
No,
are dirty.
listen.
Oh,
Listen.
this is only CBD?
No, I'm wrong. CBD. No THCV.
No THC.
CBDV, maybe. Hey, how many milligrams do we got in here? Sarah, can you come out here for a second?
85 milligrams of
Sorry.
THCV. Handful. 85 milligrams of THCV.
How much THCV do we have in this
85
product?
milligrams.
In this product, we have 35 milligrams of CBD and CBN, consisting of 35 milligrams of CBD
Yeah.
and 3 milligrams of CBN,
Right on.
with 85 milligrams of THCV.
I didn't hear nothing. CBD.
Just until they vote on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just until they
shit.
vote on it.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Right.
I didn't mean to leave you hanging there.
Right.
Oops.
That's a
So,
connection.
but this CBD beard balm, like, would you put this on your beard, bro? Have you tried this? You put some.
I would love to.
Dude, what was it that one time that you had your?
Let's buy some right now. We're buying this, guys. We're trying it on camera.
Okay,
Can I
We're
buy
doing-
this?
Buy
We're
some.
doing a.
Official OG.
Oh, we're the first
Okay.
official
Beehive
buyers.
Buds, the first customer right now.
Bee-
Okay, so
Beehive Buds.
you just bought this, and
Yep.
and so you bought that.
And
That's
he has
yours.
a beard. Look at this beard.
Send me your Venmo.
All right. So we got the CBD dope soap,
Send it.
and then we got lip balm too as well. Get down here to OG, guys, and come and show some love, you
We're
guys.
gonna do a pop-up review on this beard balm right now.
Delish. Cedarwood.
Let me smell. So it's important for your woman
Woo!
to smell your beard balm. You know what I'm saying? Especially around this time of year, it's Valentine's Day. Your woman better like your beard oil or balm.
Okay, so this, yes, you're right.
And you know, because he bought some. Oh my gosh, it was so bad, you guys. I wouldn't even kiss him.
Really.
It was pretty bad.
But what do you think of this stuff?
Cedarwood. How do you get
Would
my
you
Cedarwood?
grab his beard and hold him and kiss him?
You know, I like that it's not overbearing. I really do, because some of the stuff is really overbearing.
It's like with his bad breath and his.
You know,
Yeah.
the terps from the
She's out of here. She's out of here. Okay, we lost one.
Yeah. So
So yeah, really, it's not too overwhelming,
and so I can
and
vouch.
it smells clean.
Yeah.
It's got a nice, clean but yet manly smell. So I'm
I
gonna
like
give
it. I like it.
Ooh, on the smell.
Okay, dude. Let him
Hand
try
it over.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's
Today, Junior.
it's so good, and I'm so into cud
Yeah.
that I'm just gonna stay here a while.
Yeah. Why don't you put it on your beard?
I want you to rub it on me. Ready?
Ready? Show us.
Texture wise,
Ooh, look at
Look
that.
at
is it sticky? What is it? What is it like?
No.
Look at those little crystals on there.
Wow.
That's
Ooh.
powerful. Ooh.
Hey, did you know my medicine's in this?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Duh.
Healing of the Nation, full spectrum, right inside here. I like it a lot. Look at that, dude.
Shiny?
Your beard is
Dude.
glistening, bro.
It's shiny as hell.
I should have had this on at the beginning.
Dude,
Yeah.
nice.
You should have
Sorry,
done
guys.
this first.
Yeah,
We
you should
would've
have
been
did
way
this first.
prettier.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. That's good.
We should have done a before and after picture.
Right,
Seriously.
right.
Ooh.
How do you like the smell?
I love the smell.
Look at that, huh?
Is that like cute?
Look, he's shiny.
It's nice, huh?
He's like Tamatoa.
How's it feel on your?
Shiny.
Feels
So-
manly, honestly.
Yeah, I have a beard.
You want to put some on yours?
No.
Okay.
Okay, well.
It's your own oil.
All
All right. No. I'm gonna put some in my hair.
Wow.
Does it? Ooh, that smells
It
good.
smells great.
Put it right up where you shave. It'll help the irritation.
Hey,
So you can use it as an aftershave.
Yeah.
This doubles, ladies and gentlemen.
For it, but I'm like, hey, ladies, we've got hair masks coming.
Dude,
for you.
it's Valentine's Day. Come and get your bearded man
Please.
So-
some of this bomb.
ooh, that smells good. I could smell that all day. Yeah.
Cedarwood.
It's clean. I love that. Thanks for not
I love
making
that.
it
Thank you
overly
so much.
pungent.
Yeah.
So I used to do.
You have it all day, you know?
Right?
So I
Personal
want
doubles.
to. I want to tell you guys
I
something.
shouldn't smell you.
So everybody asks me why I don't come out with a cream or a balm or anything. It's because of people like this. I can't keep up with the
We get
competition.
down in the kitchen.
I can't.
Us women?
Yeah, dude. It just makes me happy. I just instantly got
our
like
mixing
yeah.
bowl, right?
So
Yeah.
thanks, OG girls.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's your review on that.
Yep, I like
Shrike, good job.
Thanks,
Appreciate you. Okay, so let's close this out with, we've been getting a lot of people talking about RSO. Do we got time?
Rick Simpson's oil. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Rick Simpson oil. I saw a review that Corey. What's Corey's last name? Corey. Gosh dang it. Yeah. So anyway, sorry Corey if
Corey
I.
S.
Utah at Utah Vape Guy.
Yes, that's the dude right there.
Corey
Go check
at
him
Utah
out.
Vape Guy.
Go see him.
Tag
so,
him.
So he did a review on the RSO from Beehive Pharmacy.
Which, by the way, we haven't had that here. That's a new thing.
Right,
Yeah?
so it's new. He paid $135 for a gram
Ooh.
of RSO. That was 71%. Again, that's just too much money. I don't.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
What was the percentage?
71%
THC.
THC.
3% CBD.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's just too much money for a person to pay for a gram of oil. I used to sell Rick Simpson's oil in my dispensary. I sold the grams for no more than $25 to $35 a gram.
And this was back in the day.
This was back in the day.
How long ago?
And so in 2010. And so with that being said, $135, and people are like, well, Rick Simpson's oil, it's expensive, it cures cancer and it cures all these illnesses and disease. First and foremost, there's no cure for anything in this world, okay? So Rick Simpson does not sell oil at Beehive Pharmacy. Rick Simpson does not sell oil. Rick Simpson is a native of Nova Scotia in Canada who is ostracized for treating thousands of people with cancer. I have had the pleasure of speaking with Rick Simpson multiple times on a segment called Saturday at High Noon with Rick Simpson and Janet Sweeney. And I learned about making Rick Simpson's oil. And when you go down to the dispensaries and they say RSO, you are not getting oil from Rick Simpson. You are getting oil from that dispensary or the person who made it. Now, why do they call it Rick Simpson's oil? Rick Simpson's oil is a common terminology that people recognize. Rick Simpson doesn't endorse nor approve of anybody selling RSO. His words exactly. So with that being said, when people make money off of Rick Simpson and using his name, you got to make sure that you're doing the most important thing. Rick Simpson is an angel walking, in my opinion. He's a person who has resurrected cannabis oil. He didn't invent it. Let's get that straight.
Okay.
And I asked him that. I said, Rick, did you invent this formulation? He said, no. Cannabis oil has been used for thousands of years. I've resurrected it. So Rick Simpson had a nephew who died of cancer. Rick Simpson was working at his job and acquired a head injury that gave him TBI, traumatic brain injury. And by acquiring traumatic brain injury, he started utilizing cannabis, smoking it. One strain worked really good for him, and then he couldn't find that strain again. He looked profusely for it. And as he was looking profusely for it, he started growing his own cannabis. Eventually, a year later or so, he ended up getting melanoma skin cancer. He ended up putting the cannabis oil that he made on his skin cancer, and over the course of a few days to a week, it diminished and eventually got rid of it. So with that being said, man, that beard stuff smells good.
Yeah.
My face smells awesome.
See, I told you I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
You want to smell mine?
Absolutely not. Dude. See, here we go
Create
again.
a teepee?
No.
Okay.
You get that close to me and I'll bite your fucking face, dude.
Is that a teepee?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a teepee.
So anyways,
Anyways, go back.
Rick Simpson has resurrected Rick Simpson's oil. This is my cannabis oil. I like to call it cannabis oil, and then people will mention, hey, is that like the Rick Simpson's oil? The Rick Simpson protocol comes into the sense of the way Rick Simpson made this stuff a long time ago. He started off with naphtha. He started making that with naphtha, and then he changed his recipe. People followed suit to making fecal oil, full extraction cannabis oil, and that was made with Everclear, which I do not recommend. People are using ethanol, which I don't recommend. Now dispensaries are selling CO2 and distillate as RSO oil. So not all cannabis oils are created the same. A good cannabis oil should treat cancer. I've personally treated over thousands of cancer patients myself, and that's not an exaggeration. I've done that. I have multiple patients who have been taking cannabis oil to treat many cancers, from skin cancer, liver cancer, stomach cancer, brain cancer. all kinds of cancers around the board. I treated my own mom's breast cancer and her colon cancer with my cannabis oil. A cannabis oil should be activated. It should be thorough. It should be cooked. It should not be distilled. I guess you could. Some people are distilling it, but that's not true Rick Simpson's protocol. So if you are going to distill it and you are going to be making it in ways that, just call it cannabis oil. So anyways, $135 for a gram of oil. Now, Corey took this oil from Beehive and it activated. He had to wait 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a long time,
I
right?
feel like that was a long time.
So with that being said, a good cannabis oil should be over 70, 80%, but it should be activated to a point to where you should feel the effects within a matter of minutes, in my opinion. And the reasoning for that is that if you're paying that much money for 1 gram, you better make sure that you're getting the best of the quality of medicine. Now, I called you this morning, and you said you took some of my oil last night.
Yeah, so I watched his review of it.
Yeah.
And I just was watching his interaction with the oil, how long it took to come on, and I thought that's kind of weird. And he even spoke about the chemical taste.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
He said it tastes like
alcohol.
chemical.
Yeah, he said that there was a chemical taste that hadn't went away yet, and it passed
It's
that
strong.
15-minute mark.
It's strong, like, right? It tastes flavorful.
Well, if you're tasting chemicals, stop taking that product right away.
Simple, yeah.
Don't even take that product. If you taste chemicals, and you know what chemicals taste like.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
If you taste chemicals in your oil and you have autoimmune deficiency or cancer or any kind of illness that you're using for your medical value, if you taste chemicals, stop taking that product right away. Take it back to the dispensary, demand your money back, and never go there and buy that product ever again. Because if they're producing, and they say, well, it's tested, but I taste chemicals. What does that tell you? So he said that he tasted chemicals.
Tasted chemicals, yeah, and so I thought that was kind of weird. So I wanted to get in touch with this oil again to see if I had the same experience, and I had a nice, wonderful plant taste, and that slowly went away. But then the effects came on within like 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes.
My oil?
Yep, exactly.
Right. What did it taste like?
It tasted like yummy activated plants.
You taste chemical?
Not at all.
No.
Nope. And nothing hung out of the back of my throat or anything.
How did your stomach feel? Remember he was saying that his stomach felt bubbly a little bit?
Exactly.
Like kind of weird?
I felt great overall.
cool.
My whole body felt good.
I remember Autumn, I gave her some of my oil one time we were at a coffee shop. I gave her just a little bit and she tasted it and she was just like, boom, it hit her like quick, remember?
Yeah, so I don't need help sleeping.
She might fall asleep right now if we let her.
Seriously, like I lay down, I go to bed. But I wanted to try it. I wanted to get this experience because,
You had to know.
if I'm offering it to people and, being able to help people, I need to understand it. And so took a little bit of it before I went to bed. Don't remember don't remember any, I don't even remember going to bed, right? I just remember waking up in the morning and I shit you not, I couldn't open my eyes. I just want to talk about this because it could be really strong for people and hit people I don't know, maybe even harder than an edible. Would you say that?
If it's activated.
Because I don't really love to do edibles either. Anyways, I felt and I need more sleep. We all need more sleep, I imagine. If not, then you're cool. But couldn't open my eyes. Couldn't this. You guys couldn't.
Right.
Kept trying to open my eyes. Wouldn't open. It took me a good 3 hours to open my eyes in the morning.
It was amazing to watch. So.
Yeah.
Right, and so a good Rick Simpson oil should be proper. It should be done. I take this as very personal when I talk about RSO, Rick Simpson's oil. Being able to speak with Janet Sweeney, be part of conversations that Rick Simpson. I was telling him how I was cooking it, and he told me to stop cooking it like that, cook it like this. Janet Sweeney taught me about decarboxylation. Janet Sweeney taught me about activation. She taught me what strains to use, what kind of product to use, etc. Janet Sweeney is a medical marijuana activist and patient out of Colorado. Janet Sweeney had to go kind of off the grid a little bit because people were really going after her. And a lot of it had to do because Rick Simpson's oil was becoming quite popular because of how many people have actually been treated, not cured, but treated of cancer and major illness and disease. And she was on Facebook a lot, and then all of a sudden she had to get off because they were banning her product, not her product, but they were banning her her literature. They were blocking her. They were saying that she was spreading propaganda because she was actually one of those people who were making an influence. And I can honestly tell you that if it wasn't for Rick Simpson and Janet Sweeney and the angels that they are, my mom probably wouldn't be alive right now. And that hits personally close at home. So when I watched Corey's video, which was a good one, by the way, because Corey is a good, does everything pretty decent. I mean, he's
got cool music,
he's got cool,
great intro,
yeah, all that. But
yep.
I take it as a personal, and this is not good, and I hate saying that, but at the same time, shame on you for selling a product for $135 that's ultimately going to help someone treat their cancer appropriately. Rick Simpson's oil is Rick Simpson's oil. Rick Simpson does not sell oil. He doesn't endorse the sale of oil. He has been ostracized from Canada. He lives in, I believe, Croatia. It might be a little bit different place that he lives in. He's got to bounce around because they at one time wanted to incarcerate him while he was getting the Lifetime Achievement Award from High Times. His house was being raided and he was being investigated, and he has to move around a lot. Recently, Rick Simpson suffered a stroke, and we hope him to have a fast recovery. But when you're selling medicine like this in a dispensary, in a medical marijuana program, and you put a price on it for $135 a gram, you should be ashamed of yourself, and you should stop considering on doing that. I don't know what that's all about. I don't like that, and that shouldn't happen. And I'm sorry if those words offend everybody out there, but I take this real personal. I would never sell this right here for more just to cover the cost of growth. $60 maybe, and that's a big maybe, guys, and that's small incremental amounts. How much would you say he said he took a big glob? I saw the glob that he took on it. What would you say got you medicated?
I took a rice grain size,
and he's got a pretty good tolerance.
Rice grain.
So this
guy doesn't sleep, and I'm telling you, it's the only thing
that will help me go.
One gram like this with a rice grain size, even twice a day. This syringe is going to last you 2 weeks,
at least. I think he's been sitting on that for months.
Right.
Because he doesn't need it all the time.
So Corey, if you're watching, this gram's for you, and I want you to do a review on this oil. And guess what, Corey? Guess how much I'll give it to you. I'll go down to your facility. I want to go see your vape shop anyways. I want to talk to Corey. I was supposed to be on his podcast, but he never put me on there because he made me sad. So anyways, you guess how much I'm going to sell this to you for, Corey? I'm going to give it to you. I'm not going to sell it to you. So I'm going to gift you a 1 gram of RSO, and I want you to do a strain review on an RSO made by a gentleman influenced from the people who resurrected that influence. So there you go with RSO. Boom.
Ooh, good note to end on.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh, do you need more beard balm?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that's
there
cool.
it is. Oh, you guys got beard balm too.
This is our healing solve.
Oh, healing solve.
Yep.
Hey, is there any new products that you guys are coming out with?
We are. We might be blending things up a little bit here at the Hive.
Oh, that's cool.
Check it out.
Right on.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Stay
Cool.
tuned.
Stay in the loop.
Okay, so the 10th person that liked gets a box of what's included in Sid's box.
So the cool thing about these boxes, guys, is we're trying to get you your CBD cheaper.
I like that.
Yes.
Right off the gate, I like that.
This is what the boxes are all about. Actually, it stemmed from this idea of like, if you put in a recurring order, maybe it's once a year, maybe you need our box twice a year, maybe you want it every other month, every 2 weeks, whatever you want. It really helps us to know for our management side how much CBD you're using and how often we have to fill that for you. And it makes it really slick on our back end for us to do that. And when we get to do that, we like to pass along the love. So that's what we're trying to do. So normally, we have tinctures, topicals. 3 favorite products are our tinctures, our solves, and our bath bombs.
Yep.
Those are going to go in every box. So you get basically, you pay for the price of your tincture and you get your topicals for free. And that's huge because we want to encourage people to use oral products and topical, which is, highly beneficial.
Why is it beneficial for a person to use topical and oral supplement?
Well, because skin is your largest organ.
Right.
And it's it's actually correct me if I'm wrong, unless there's like a really bioavailable product, it's the quickest method of absorption as far as passing directly.
Yeah, if you can get to the dermal layer walls of your skin, if your catalyst is quick, which your guys' are, The catalyst is quick. You're correct. Your pores open up. Of course, the best time to apply a salve or a balm
Hot,
is
after the hot shower.
after the hot shower. Your pores open, and
Or
then,
in a tub with
or
a
in a
bath
tub
bomb.
with a bath bomb.
That's,
Game over.
That's game over.
game over. And then so as you use your catalyst to cross the dermal layer walls of your skin, which is a lot, and you get in there, though it is temporary, can
It's
last.
quick.
It's quick and it's fast and it works
So
fast.
recently, I have a gal who's using all kinds of stuff. She's got pain, fibromyalgia.
Right.
And she uses cannabis. She uses CBD. CBD. She says CBD just doesn't work for her.
Right. Because she's got a tolerance.
Right.
So anybody out there that
Well,
doesn't think.
she doesn't use it every day.
Right. But
she still does have a tolerance.
so
yeah.
her endocannabinoid system's been woken up. So just because she says that doesn't mean CBD doesn't work, guys.
No.
It does. It's
Yeah.
just at some point in time you will build a tolerance to CBD. That's why you have to go to
THC.
THC.
So she is a medical cannabis patient. She
Boom.
cannot afford to go to the dispensaries. Something that we offer here at Beehive Buds is a sliding scale program. If you call us and you say, I really appreciate your products and they help me, but I just can't afford them, we will work with you. And this is one of those people who gave me a call
Compassion.
and said that. And I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to come over. I'll give you a bunch of things to try and we'll see what works. And then we'll go from there, right? Because she's having a hard time trying all these different products that don't work.
A
right?
lot of people are.
Right. So I took her our solve and she said, what's crazy is this solve worked. It only worked for about an hour and a half, but it worked. And she really likes solves. That's her preferred method because nothing else really gets to her pain that she's used.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take her some of that healing honey and we'll see how that
Yes.
goes. So that's the next step. But your skin's your largest organ. Quickest method. It might not last as long, but acutely, like if you're having injury post-recovery, that area that has trauma or inflammation, you're going right to the source. And so it's really effective for those acute places. So you'll get your tincture, your topicals, and then we support other small Utah businesses just like us who make awesome products and do awesome things for the community, and we throw their swag in there too.
Okay, so I'm gonna
All
say
kinds of stuff.
I'm gonna say something, and you don't have to reply to this, but I feel obligated to say it. There is a group of people claiming to be Beehive Buds and Beehive Products. So we want to make sure that people understand that there is a company out there.
There's
There's a company out there saying that they have this product in this name, and it is not. Okay, so
Yeah, there's some people getting confused.
there
Just
is,
know.
and so, and this is important because,
Yeah.
and you don't have to reply on this, but I do because I'm your friend, and I don't like it, and so you got to make sure you're getting the right source. Beehive Buds is these guys. This is Beehive Buds. There are people out there claiming to be another company almost identical to this company, and they're making money, and they're telling people that they're Beehive Buds and that they're going off of this brand, and that is not cool. And they're not speaking about it. I am. So if you got a problem with it, you can talk to me about it. But there's somebody out there. So make sure you guys, when you contact Beehive Buds, it's these guys. These two names. Do your research, because with imposters out there and people claiming to be something that they're not, we don't need misrepresentation. These individuals have worked very, very hard on this brand. These individuals have worked very, very hard on their community and helping people. And I'll be damned if me as a friend and a partner, are going to watch this happen. So I hope you don't mind me saying this, but make sure you guys that you're getting the Beehive brand. So where can they find you guys at indirectly?
So we have products in water and wellness, Centered City Yoga, Mountain Yoga, Athena
Athena
Coffee
Coffee.
Shop.
Website.
Beehivebudscbd.com.
Okay.
Or you can just call us, and we love when you call us, 801-900-HIVE.
Boom, there it is, dude.
Yeah,
Beehive
801.
Steak, Queen Bees, Inga, what's up?
What's up, Inga?
Yeah,
she's
hopefully
awesome.
she's watching. So anyways, anything else, guys? I mean, this podcast was really good. I enjoyed this. Thanks for
This is awesome.
coming on.
Yeah, I'm happy to join
Yeah,
you. I've
thanks
missed,
for all
I've missed
the-
you, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
thanks
missed you.
for breaking it down for dispensaries and stuff like
That
that.
was huge.
So again, one more time, Sarah, don't
Yeah.
even think about not walking away. I want you to come here.
Take
I
a
want
seat.
you to come
Take
over
my
here. I want you to tell everybody what we're doing on Monday.
On Monday, we are going to be at the south steps of the Capitol from 11 until 4 p.m. during a live legislative session. We are encouraging patients, growers, retailers, processors, QMPs, caregivers, you name it. If you know somebody who
Better
uses
be
cannabis,
there.
come. There's also a digital link to an online survey you can participate in if you can't come for any reason. And we are going to be there pointing out the barriers that we've encountered in our fields in the cannabis industry and recommending solutions. Bring your solutions. We've all had barriers, but bring your solutions to this meeting. We're going to be presenting those solutions during that legislative session happening behind us in the building. We're going to be out there telling our stories, and it's going to be really interesting and fun.
community.
Yes, and
Yeah.
being a community. That's
Right.
the main thing.
Like-minded
That's huge.
peeps.
If we ever want to have progressive change on the legislation here, we have to come together as a community and present a unified front that can agree and compromise on things. Not everybody's going to get their way. My opinions are different than yours, and that's okay. We can still be a community. We can still come together and talk about it and support each other. Hear each other out, hear each other's stories and barriers and problems that we've encountered, and try our best to find solutions to that. So that's what we're doing on Monday.
Well, we
Come
thank
to
you.
Tesco.
Thank you
This is
so
the first
much,
of
man.
many, right?
Yes.
This is the first of
Yes.
many. We're going to be doing another one. We're still trying to decide on the location for it because we're not sure if we want to have a little bit more of a ruckus
Yeah.
Oh.
for 420. So there might be a little bit more music. We might be trying to take the plaza at the library for that one because it will house a lot of people. It has really great acoustics.
Yeah.
Just
The
saying.
Are you
acoustics.
still?
The acoustics.
And
you
you're
can
booked out
do
from 11 to 1.
I'm booked out from 11 to 1
And you're
and
still
then
seeking maybe if other people want to book it out from 1 to 3.
we actually had someone book it out from 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we have the South Steps from 11 until 4 in totality.
That's awesome.
But we do have to
Great job,
have
community.
time to clean up after the event and make
Okay.
sure.
Oh yeah.
So
that
don't just
everything's
leave.
good.
Yeah. Just don't leave.
Yeah.
Help out.
Help
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
pick up something.
Don't do like High Times magazine and
Yeah.
just come in like the
Trash
circus
the whole
and trash
place.
the whole place and leave.
We're
I'm
not
gonna
doing it.
drop a little bomb as we sign off.
There you go.
There are going to be lots of freebies
Ooh.
from the buds.
Lots
Good.
of freebies.
Yeah.
Good.
We have something fun to give you all.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people there representing. Some people can't necessarily come to represent their company, but are coming as individuals, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And we've got a couple of featured speakers that are going to come and talk to us on a very professional level.
Nice.
And then one of the fun art things, because you always have to have a little bit of art in a protest, right?
Absolutely.
We are going to be making a socially distanced human chain pot leaf, giant size, on the lawn of the Capitol. It's going to make for a great picture with a big giant leaf on the lawn
Get
with
your
the Capitol on the
drones
building.
out. all you
Oh, it's a
drone
no-fly
people.
zone. It's a
No-fly
no-fly
zone.
zone.
Nope, you can't
No-fly
fly over
zone.
Yeah. You
Don't
can't have
bring
any
your
drones.
drones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
you
bring a
thought
drone.
about
Not with a permit?
No.
Nope.
Not
No,
at the
no,
Capitol.
no.
Not at the Capitol.
No-fly zone. No-fly zone.
And that's in all.
So
But-
we need a huge selfie stick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Any,
other
Who's got a
selfie
huge
sticks? Sorry,
selfie
guys.
stick?
any
Yeah.
good photographers out there that can come up to the Capitol and take a picture of that, please do. I will be releasing an itinerary on that so that everybody knows when to show up for that. Big photo op, if you will. So the itinerary will be out in the next couple days. There is a new page. I just created a new page. I think everybody
landing
signed
page?
up on that one. Solutions from the cannabis community of Utah.
Oh, okay.
So it's a new page. There's an event out there with that name. There are links to the virtual.
Can you tag
I'll
those
be-
to this video?
I sure will.
Okay.
I'll put it in the comments for everybody.
Thank you so much.
And yep, we're coming together again on 420. We're going to talk about what happened in the legislative session that's going on now and what we need to do to prepare for the fall legislative session as far as petitioning, as far as getting legislators on our side with things, as far as hearing us out. I'm going to also be presenting the results of the survey on 420 as we keep on going and doing that. So it's going to be really pretty cool. So,
Awesome.
yeah. And then expect more actions in the fall as the legislation meets.
True cannabis
Yay.
activists. Yep.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you
Yeah,
for your
man.
activism.
All right.
No problem,
Cool.
you guys.
Sorry,
This
honey.
is
Yep.
this is for you all.
Yep.
This is for you all. There's so much we can accomplish together.
Right.
So
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. On
Appreciate
behalf
it.
of Utah Cannabis Church, Sarah, OG's, Beehive, Autumn,
Down.
Tyson, thank you so much. We love you. Be well, be blessed, and stay tuned for the next episode on the church.
Peace out, everybody.
Woo!
Now, end.
Is it-
Slow clap.